Hey, Jim Cam here, founder franchise of multiple brands in Montreal, exceeding over 150 locations. And today, I will tell you how I build my brands and also how many brands I have under my own portfolio. I currently have 8 amazing brands. And how did I build them? I didn't build them all. I'll say half of it are partnership. People come in with a very good brand. I just come in with the blueprint that we used through my original brand, like PokeStation and Sushi-sama, that we were able to exceed over 100 locations only with those 2 brands alone. So by applying my system into their good concept, we have a new concept into play ready for franchising. And why did I choose franchising instead of owning or co-owning most of the stores? One of my mentors told me it's better to have 1% of 100 stores than 100% of one store. So this is what really changed my mind and also what put me into places to go into franchising. Before, I used to own and co-own pretty much 30% of my first 30 stores. So 30% shares of the first 30 stores. That's a lot of responsibility that I take under my own shoulders for my day-to-day life. And also, since I'm starting a family, I just wanted to be able to have more times with my family, my wife, my kids, and even my mom. So that's why I think maybe franchising is the way to go. It's basically giving people the opportunity to own their own stores, operating under an amazing brand, and also following a great blueprint for themselves, scale to potentially multiple locations. We have so many franchisees that they now open their second, third, even groups that own more than 10 locations. So how I did it in the past, it's how I'm teaching the franchisee to do it too. So for me, it's like having students, giving them opportunities to be great themselves. And to bring up some other stories, like the founder of Onigiri Shop. He is just a normal guy. He used to work for me for many years, and then after opened his first Sushi-sama. So he was a franchisee too. And then he opened the second one. And also his third store was a PokeStation. So by owning 3 stores, he saw that the operation and the base and the system runs exactly the same. The only thing difference is just how you prepare the food. So he was thinking, hey, maybe I can build a brand running on the same system, same blueprint that Jim is using for his brand. If bringing on a new brand that works, then probably we have another concept to franchise. So that's how he created Onigiri Shop, using what he learned through the years of owning a franchise and also working for me. And then within a year of franchising, he exceeded 20 stores of onigiri. Amazing, right? Great stories. This is the kind of stories that I like. Even some other franchisees that used to work for me before now owns multiple locations. He's living a good life. And this is what I like to see. Even new franchisees, we have a group of 4 young guys, 21 years old to 23, very young. Started with one onigiri shop, opened his second one. Now on the way to open the third and fourth one, and all that within a year. So you heard me say a lot about the blueprints, about the system. So is this the only thing that makes a franchise brand great? Yes and no. I cannot say there's only one key to success. I say there's a lot of things put in together that can give you better chances of success. So other than a good system, a good concept, also the initial investment plays a good part. If you go to any competitor brands of mine, the total investment is about 400 to 600K, which is the twice or thrice the price you gotta pay for my brands. But that also comes with a downside. That means the loan that you're gonna be asking for is gonna be much higher. That also means every month, your monthly payment is gonna be higher too. But if it does not drive you the right sales to cover that loan, will you be closing that store faster? Or will you not be able to survive long enough just to pay everything back? So that's why minimizing the initial investment is also why our franchise brand are so great. And secondly, is the fixed costs. I like to limit on the fixed costs because every fixed cost that you can save is money directly into your pocket. Fixed costs includes royalties, include the rent. Rent plays a big factor. And also the loan that I just mentioned that you pay back monthly. So this is something that you have no choice. So imagine if you can save $5,000 per month on a rent, then that's $5,000 directly into your pocket. Because everything else does not change, like the labor cost, the food cost. Other than those points, also the operational cost. That includes labor and food costs. We like to control the labor under 30% and also the food costs under 30%. So this way you have higher chance of bigger profit margin. If any percentage you can save below 30 is also money directly into your pocket. I'll tell you a story about myself. In 2019, this is where, for the first time in my life, I opened 2 locations in the same year. So it was a big challenge for me. Before I opened my first store in 2012, the second 2015, the third one 2018. It's always a 3 years gap, but I was too slow. So that's why I wanted to be more efficient and also find ways to be faster. And I came up with the idea of creating a new brand, PokeStation. That's how PokeStation was born. It's me wanting to scale my restaurant business faster. So I decided to open 2 PokeStation in 2019. And to even give more challenge to myself, I decided to open only a week apart, both locations. I never being able to train the people to manage and to prove that I was right about the concept and my ideas, giving myself the challenge too. Because if I can't do it, for sure, nobody can do it. I cannot sell it to another franchisee and say, hey, you can do it, because I couldn't. But because I did it, and also at that short frame of work, that's how I'm confident to say pretty much anyone can be successful if they operate my brand. And then 2019, 2 locations that I managed to open and also pull back from daily operation just within a week. So the first store that I opened, it took me only 3 days to pull back completely for daily operation. And the second location that we opened took me 5 hours. So after I could just pull back and then say, hey, everybody's in place that can run. So that's why I knew I have a good franchising business model. And I decided to go into franchising starting 2020. But 2020 also came with a lot of challenges. When COVID hit, I don't want to go too deep into that story, but I thought I was gonna lose it all. All my previous restaurant sales dropped by 80%. I was losing thousands per day because my employees also were afraid to lose their job. I said, you know what? None of you will have to worry about your salary. I'll keep your schedule as usual. I'll find a way. So I went out there and figured out a way. Voila. I went from 6 locations in 2020 to now 150 locations. In the next video, I'll give you more details about how I did it. So if you're looking to start your own business or even buy your first franchise, I suggest you to just do your research. Just look into it. Look at the numbers. The numbers will tell you everything. It's not about how much money you can generate. It's how much money you can keep at the end. And also, how is the efficient of all the operation. The best example that I can give you is look at the numbers. You have to be good at knowing the numbers. A lot of my competitors, they have great brands, but they'll sell you saying that they do such a great numbers of sales, but they will never tell you the right profit margin. Yes, of course, profit margin really depends on how the franchisee operates and manages the store. But do not get blinded by numbers, by sales. Those things are not completely real. Probably the rent is going to be too high. The labor cost is going to be too high. Even the food purchase, the food cost that you guys use, is way too high. So at the end, you might make 100K profit for a $2 million sales, but my franchisee, they can make 100K profit with $500,000 sales per year. So you look into it, and also remind me, I'll tell you exactly how I scale my franchise business during COVID and how I keep on growing it. Peace out.